Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I am your girl, The Rain Young, and today my topic is why you need to learn the stock market. And I'm going to also discuss the difference between learning how to trade in the stock market versus buying and selling in the stock market. So, first, I want to say you need to learn the stock market because number one, it's been here since the beginning of time and it is not going anywhere. And that is where a lot of wealthy people are made. I highly suggest people to learn the stock market because the fact that it's not going anywhere and there's money to be made in good times and bad times. When let's say when COVID happened, okay, you saw a lot of politicians and stuff getting in trouble for insider trading and things because they knew what was about to happen to the stock market. Therefore, they knew how to capitalize within that moment. And that's a big way on how the wealthy get wealthy and stay wealthy and are created during hard times because they know about the stock market. And so that leads me to um, trading in the stock market versus buying and holding. So, um, my personal experience. So, I learned how to trade about 3 or 4 years ago. And um, prior to that, I never knew that it was an avenue that somebody like me could get into. Um, but then also, I never really thought about it either. And so when it was presented to me, it was game changing. And because I have a hustle mentality, a go get it mentality, I immediately did my research. It really was nothing to think about. And I immediately, put in the effort. Now, a lot of people think um, it's a get rich quick overnight type scheme, and it by no means is that, okay? And then, so once I was exposed to the opportunity and I realized what what this was that was in front of me and how it was game changing. I tried to tell everybody I came across, like, hey, I gotta put my people up on game. Like they need to know about this. This is life changing. You know what this could do for our community. But the majority of people was like, oh nah, that's a scam. That's a scam. Nah, that's a scam. I ain't finna do that. Da 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 da. And first off, I want to say that was very offensive because if you know me for years, why would you even think I'm gonna bring a scam to you in the first place? Number one. Number two, you know who I am, so you know I'm all about my money. You know I'm all about an opportunity. And you should know, okay, if rain is involved in that, it's some money to be made. I don't particularly waste my time on stuff that is not income producing. Okay. Every day I live for making sure that I'm doing something to leave a legacy and leave my kids straight. So I found that to be a very offensive. And then the people who did try to or pretend to jump on the bandwagon because they thought it was a get rich quick scheme, they didn't stick with it. And because they didn't understand that in this space, you're gonna lose some and you're gonna win some. You're not gonna just get rich. And it takes a lot of time to properly learn how to trade in the market. And during that time, my eyes was opened up to so much stuff. I've learned so much about the behind the scenes of what's going on in the world. So I was educated and my eyes was open to the fact that, okay, within 3 years time, it's going to be some type of market crash. Okay. And I tried to tell everybody like, hey, in 3 years you need to learn it. I mean, you need to learn it prior to. And being in the real estate sector, I was also learning about it over there too. But I hope y'all can't hear the garbage man is outside. Um, but being in a trading space, you learn that everything works in cycles. And so we were being taught and learning that in about 3 years, the cycle is coming and there's going to be a crash within the market. In real estate, I was learning the same thing. So I was constantly, because I have myself positioned in these spaces, I was constantly hearing the same thing. And, my mom always says that if you keep hearing the same thing over and over, if you hear it more than 3 times from 3 different sources, it's some truth to it somewhere. So I'm like, okay, telling my husband, we got to be in position, we have to be ready. And lo and behold, in 3 years, what happened? COVID. Okay. So I had just, when COVID hit, I had just expanded my daycare and I was just getting back above the break even part of it. And then COVID hit and then everything shut down. So now we're paying bills at home, we're paying bills at the center. I'm like, wait a minute. So now I'm paying bills on the center that I'm not using currently because everything is shut down. And I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. So I made the executive decision after a few months of paying on my center and it wasn't generating anything anymore because everything was shut down. I made the executive decision to shut it down because I decided that I really didn't even want to do that anymore anyway. Um, because I felt like it took away too much of my time freedom. I was too locked down and ultimately I want to travel. I want to be able to just up and go and not be worried about it. So I made the executive decision to shut down that piece of my business because my business is like a big umbrella. And that was really the sore thumb in my business. So I eliminated that. But long story short, I said all that to say that when COVID hit, my family was able to survive because I knew how to trade. So with all of this stuff going on in the world, it affected me, but it really didn't affect me because I knew how to capitalize on the moment. Okay. So now that leads me to why it's important to learn how to trade in the market as opposed to buying and holding and selling in the market. So I'm not knocking anybody that's into buying stocks and holding stocks and then selling stocks and all of that because we all know that um you buy low and you sell high. Okay. Um, but I am not really into buying and holding stocks because you buy the stock and you have to wait for it to decide to go up. But then if something happens and everything starts crashing, you lose your money because you're only making money on the buying or the asset increasing in value. Whereas if you learn how to trade in the market, you don't care what's going on in the world because you make money on both sides. If it's going good in the world, you press buy. If stuff is crashing around, crashing and burning, you press sell. And you make money on both sides of whatever is going on. So that's how we were able to survive is because I knew how to capitalize on the moment. Okay, Trump tweeting he want to act crazy, I'm going to press sell. Bam. I just made money because he's acting crazy, as opposed to the people that bought and held the stock. They just lost their money because he's acting crazy and everything just crashed. And I'm happy and you sad. Okay, COVID came out. The stock market started crashing, everything dropping, and everything just going haywire. What did we do? All the traders I know, girl, you see the market? All right, let me jump in on the sale. Bam, we all got in on the sale and made hundreds of dollars. But that's why I personally, in this video, is based off of my personal opinion. This is why I think it's more important to learn how to actively trade in the market as opposed to buying and holding your stock. For example, Bitcoin. Yeah, it's cool to buy Bitcoin, yeah, because it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. And you bought Bitcoin when it was this amount of money, and now it's at this amount of money. But then somebody get up there and decide this, that, and the third, and now Bitcoin just crashed and you just lost it all. Whereas if you knew how to trade, you buy Bitcoin when it's low, stay in the trade long enough to make however much you're trying to make, and you get out. Bitcoin start crashing, you press sell, and you make money on the decline of Bitcoin. But you can't do that buying and holding. But some people I know they do both. I have purchased a little bit of Bitcoin and I'm just letting it sit there. But for the most part, I don't buy and hold anything. As long as I'm gonna hold it, as long as I'm gonna be in this trade, and then I'm getting out because and then also because I like instant gratification and I can own that. So with trading, I get my instant gratification. Okay, I want to go on this trip with my girls. It's $250. All right, let me see what this market doing, girl. Let me pull this money out this market so we can go on this trip. That's how we live. Almost everybody that I am connected to closely, we all trade. We all trade because one of us got exposed to it and shared it, or we connected through that space. Almost everybody I'm connected to, we trade. And we also do binary. Binary, I'm still trying to get with it because it feels more so like gambling to me, but I still know how to do it. I still know how to do it. I tell you one thing, no matter what's going on in this world, I know how to go get a dollar. You're gonna pay all these thousands of dollars for these cell phones and things, but does your phone make money for you? That's the question you need to ask yourself when you spending thousands of dollars on a phone. Now I'm not here to ask you to ask me to help you trade because I no longer do that because I don't have the patience for it because people don't believe in putting in the work. I'm just here to tell you that that's something you need to learn. And it's like reading and it's like learning how to ride a bike. Nobody, once you learn it, no one can take it from you. It's been around since the beginning of time. The who's who is of who is involved in it. So it's not like it's gonna disappear tomorrow. So I would highly recommend that is a skill set that you definitely want to learn. I taught my son how to do it when he was 8. Now, because the space that he's at in his life right now, he's currently not trading. He still asks about it and put a few in here and there, but he's at that point in his life where he want to play video games with his friends and whatnot. So he hasn't been trading as much as he was. But I definitely want to say that since COVID has surfaced, so many people that I tried to expose the knowledge to 3 years ago have now come back to me and told me, man, I sure wish I would have listened to you 3 years ago when you tried to tell me about trading and I didn't listen, or I thought it was a scam and this, that, and the third. And you know what my response to those people are? The same thing my mom used to say to me growing up, a hard head sure make a soft behind. And I laugh and keep it moving because I ain't got nothing for you at this point because I tried to tell you. And now I see so many people want to talk about stocks and buying stocks and this, that, and the third. Y'all so into it now. And it's just, not to poke fun at anybody or whatnot. It's just my point in saying all that was stop being so closed-minded. When somebody tried to share an opportunity with you, do your research at least because you might miss the boat and it may not be another opportunity to get on it. And we need to expose ourselves to everything out here that they are doing because that's how they survive. And I'm just thankful this is a testimony as well because I'm just thankful that I learned it when I learned it so that when the moment came and I really needed it, it was there, baby. It was there. I was in Kroger grocery store. I was like, oh, sell, sell, sell. And by the time I left out the grocery store, not only had I made the money back that I had just spent on groceries, but I made more. I left out of the grocery store with the time that I had been in the grocery store. I made $500. This was back when COVID first started. I made $500 in the grocery store, grocery shopping, on the phone with my homegirls. I'm like, hey y'all, because we got our little trading group. I'm like, hey y'all see what's going on? Da, da, da. Everybody jumped in. Everybody jumped in. $500 while grocery shopping. And from my phone, from my note, I was able to make $500 while in the grocery store. What other opportunities do you have to do that? And that's all I'm going to say about that. So please like, comment, subscribe, share, or wherever you're listening to me at, because I do have a podcast. Follow me over on Spotify under PNJ Financial Solutions. And you can find me at PNJ Financial on all platforms. And comment below and let me know if you know anything about trading and what's your thoughts on trading in the market versus buying and holding. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.